A very, very warm good afternoon. This is Ranawa Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. And it's June the 10th. It's another watch along of today's match between Hong Kong and India in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers for the 2027 edition to be played in Saudi Arabia. It's a final round match, Hong Kong versus India. And yeah, we can look hopefully forward um, of what we can do. And it's at the Kai Tak Sports Park, the first ever Hong Kong international game at this new venue. So that will be very interesting to see how this goes out. And yeah, let's wait and see. Um, Therefore, it is very interesting to see how um, we play this game. Satyam says, said to have so much hope. If you win today, I can say my day is happy or will end in frustration. Satyam, that's part of the problem, I guess, at this moment in time that we don't know really what's going to happen or not. To me, that is something that you, I, and all of us will have to wait and see what really happens in this game because, yes, the expectations are there. I think if we look at the Thailand game, India did create a few chances here and there, but on the other side, of course, the defense was a worry. And let's quickly go through what is most important, I guess, in a match day like this is the lineups that Manolo Marquez has chosen because, yeah, some interesting decisions. Vishal Keth continues in goal. So he keeps Vishal Keth in goal. Ashish Rai, Anwar Ali, Sandesh Jingan, as well as Abhishek Thekcham remain the back four. So the much criticized goalkeeper and backline stay together. In defensive midfield, we have Apuya and Suresh Wangjang. And then changes Lalinzwala Changte and Brandon Fernandez come in. Leston Colasso keeps his place. And up front, Ashik Kurunyan. If I read the lineup correctly, that means that Sunil Chetri starts this game on the bench. So this is my understanding of this because Ashik and Liston are both left-sided players. Changte is the one who can play um, on the left and the right. So let's wait and see. And therefore that is something which we'll have to wait and see. Why no Edmund in place of Ashik? Satyam, because Edmund also to me is not an out and out striker. He's more of a 10 or actually can even play on the wing. Uh, so let's see what happens. And we will see. It's shame if there is a word national jersey and flag is the biggest reward for players. Hope this news going to be false. Satyam, I don't know. Again, it's been talked about. I don't know if it is true or not. Therefore, difficult to comment on the same because, again, as said, there's a lot of conversation about this topic, and uh, uh, so therefore, yeah, that's something which has been talked about, and reality of things which are there for the Indian national team. Streaming link for watch in Germany. I don't have a streaming link, sadly. NS. I is I'm watching it via VPN. Brand is a good option with Ashik. Yeah, I think we saw. The question is, what does the coach want? It seems like the coach wants legs. So that to me means that he wants someone to be able to run, and therefore he has put uh, Ashik ahead of having Sunil in the lineup. So that's an interesting choice, and therefore, yeah, will be very interesting to see what happens. And for India, of course, the question is, what can we do? What can we achieve? I think that's the challenge. That is there, and um, therefore, that's sort of say. Um, in regard to the lineup for today. And the question is, what can India do? What are the capabilities of the Indian national team? The question remains, um, if India can or not, and very interesting to watch the whole match. And let's see as the match is kicked off, and yeah, we look forward to hopefully. a game where India can showcase what it is capable of. And therefore, that's going to be one of those questions today, that what happens in the game. And can India in this formation really cause problems? You know, Abhishek done some good long shots, target on the goal post. Hope today do some work currently. Satyam, yeah, but again, his job to me is mainly that of a left back, and therefore my question to everyone would be, what can he do defensively? I think that's the big question rather than offensively. And therefore for me, that's the challenge that we have with such a game, and therefore that's the question, the challenge that remains there. Can we get something out of this game? We're all hoping for it. I know we're all hoping that things go in our right direction, but again, the danger is there today that where can this game go? How will this game go? And how will we be able to, yeah, to get uh, to get a result? And therefore that's the challenge. As I said, big challenge for us, but can we can we play accordingly? That's the need of the hour, and that's what I feel is a bit of a problem for us. And today, yeah, it's going to be important that the Indian team keeps itself together, keeps itself going also in this game. I think that's very, very important. And let's wait and see what we are able to do. Right. Predictions, guys. If you've got any, um, let me know what your predictions are. Um, I'm just seeing the odds. Interesting. The odds have moved around quite a bit over the last 2 3 days. Um, but yeah, but the point is that odds are now in favor of Hong Kong winning the game. Interestingly, were a little different in the last few days, so therefore that's going to be an interesting one. Can India really, yeah, can really India impact this game? That's going to be the question, for me and for us. And I don't know. It's an interesting one. Again, as I said, with the whole India Hong Kong game, can we get a result out of this game? I think that's the whole point. At the end of the day, for us, it's to get, can India really play its game? I felt, we need to find means and ways of playing, and that's going to be the challenge, I think, that there is. And the question is, what can India do? And that's the challenge at this moment in time. Can India really impact this game? Can they do something against Hong Kong? Let me know. Again, let me create a poll on the side, um, on this game. Got a poll out there as well. Who will win? So let me know what you guys think. So far, calm, quiet, controlled. Um, and the question remains: are you surprised? Once more, question. At the lineup that we've seen that Manolo has chosen, would be interesting to know what you guys think about that lineup. Dropping Sunil Chetri, keeping the goalkeeper and the back four. Um, is it something that you guys are fine with, or think, what did the coach decide on this one? Would be interesting to know what your thoughts on the same. Um, just 1 second, I just need to get my headphones once. Just this properly done. Logged in. Right. So therefore, let me know what do you guys think of the formation. No Sunil, no. I guess no Sunil is, I think, already the biggest one that we can talk about in that way. Um, and biggest surprise, I guess, also that Sunil is not in the starting 11 because we thought he was an automatic choice. Will be interesting to see um, how Manolo explains that decision. Timestamp is 6:48, 49, 60. Listen, trying to find Ashik Kurunian, but couldn't get to it. Watching international play while driving, not at all distracting. Sir Kaushik, enjoy your drive, be safe. And any leads on how to watch it from USA? Pratik, sadly, no. There are no links that I found online. The only way is to watch it via VPN, and that's how I'm watching it via the official version in Hong Kong. Sadly, even VPN fan code, even if I want to pay, is not working. Corner for India. Hong Kong is the RTHK channel is broadcasting the game in Hong Kong, and at least for me on YouTube, it's working. And therefore, that's how I'm able to watch this. Corner for India. Corner for India. Deflection. Another corner for India. Welcome, Pratik. Chance for Liston. But India does not score. So far, goalless after nearly 10 minutes between the two sides. Indian team active today, more active than we've seen them in the recent past. I think that's a positive, positive to start off, I would say. What do you guys say? Looks good so far. Better than I think most of us thought, but has nothing to say about how the game will end. So therefore, that will be interesting to see. Um, and ball with Hong Kong, trying to build up, trying to create something. Question is, can India do something? I've put out a poll. Let's see. What is it showing? 64% so far. 11 of you voted that India will win. Let's hope you are right. And so far, India doing okay. One better than okay, I would say. Looking at the stats. for India, it's important to try and get 3 points, get an advantage in these qualifiers. Actually, so far we're playing actually quite okay. Actually, no problem. Free kick for India. No big problems for India, I would say. Hong Kong is also not settled. Big news, of course, Sunil Chhetri on the bench. Ashik Kurunian starting as our so-called number 9, with India trying to combine. But Hong Kong have the ball back. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. For me, the question is, how can we, from those half chances or maybe those attempts that we have, we might not have too many as always. So therefore, it's going to be important. Can we score of those chances? That's the big question today for Malo Marcus and his men. Can India score of those chances that they're going to get? Can they not only create but also score? Because that makes the difference in such a game. And if they can't, then it's going to be a little problematic, I would say. But my hope is that we can do something. Let's see. And therefore, for me, um, Hong Kong attack blocked by Sandesh. Yeah, that's important, not to allow them space and time to try and build something. If I look at the squad, Jung Fai Yap in goal, Fernandinho, Oliver Gerbig, and Leon Jones in defense. Se Nam Yue, Shinchi Chan, Chun Lok Tan, and Ming Him Sun in midfield. Rafael Makis, Manuel Bleda Rodriguez, as well as Juninho Jr. in attack. So yeah, as you can recognize, um, that's the uh, um, team for Hong Kong. The very urgency to let off the ball and fear of losing the ball is a prime reason we concede spree of attacks and lose possession. Hi Abhishek, what happened so far? Nothing much. Some half chances, I would say, for us. Um, so let's see. So 15th minute, not much. Brandon looking comfortable. Yes, and this is what we missed the other day. I think that we had someone in the middle who's able to control the ball, pass it around. Dead ball situations are used for us. These are small little things, and that's very very important. So yeah, that's an important thing. Now let's see. Um, let's again, as I said earlier, um, what can happen and what can we do, and so far um, it's okay. So that's, you know. India trying to build, and Brandon, He's like the player so far for the Indian national team who's trying to create something, and he's comfortable on the ball. He's enjoying himself so far. Um, yeah, that's the point, I guess, for the Indian national team so far in the first 15, 16 minutes. I guess that's the challenge. So that's the main thing. India trying to put pressure on their opponents. So India trying to build up, trying to play football today. That's the good thing. Hong Kong still not settled on the other side. So that's helpful um, for us. What's your feeling after 16, 17, 18 minutes? India doing okay, I would think, I would say. What do you guys say to that? Another corner for India. There is the Hong Kong link for you. I'm seeing this. It looks like a dream. India is playing with the ball. Foul on Liston, who's down. Doesn't look good at the moment. Yeah, Liston down, not good for India. Looks a little serious at this moment in time. And 19 minutes on my clock. I don't know what your clock is saying. Um, question is, what can these two teams get? Hong Kong, of course, playing next month in the East Asian Championship. India play their next matches. India host Singapore and then travel to Singapore in October. So two important games coming up then. What's your feeling? Except Liston, another good. Yeah, Liston could have played the one other pass better. Brandon is impressing me. I don't know what you feel about Brandon, guys. Brandon seems to be the player who's making the difference today, at least in a build-up sense. Question is, Can India utilize these free kicks and corners? We're getting quite a few of them, but so far we're not making the most of them. I don't know what you guys think. My feeling is that we should be utilizing our set pieces better, in a better way. But so far unable to really utilize them to the best of the cause, so to say, and therefore, um, yeah, the team is trying, doing its best so far. And the question is, how can we get this going? How can we get a result out of this game? I think that's the big question here. And at the moment, it is looking interesting to say the least. And yeah, so far, India doing a good job, I would say. Uh, Welcome, Pratik. And then I have to say, better than maybe some people expected. Um, and therefore, yeah, doing their job. And India playing well in as defensive setups. So that's also a very important thing. So far, yeah. Question of how can so no Sunil is quite a surprise, same as Ashik as a striker. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, that surely is a surprise to say the least. But I would say um, that the coach is an idea. But uh, but the point is, Ashik used to play as a striker under Steven in that format. So maybe that is something. And Ashik playing, trying to trying to beat the players. So far, well played by the Indian team. Quarter of the game gone. So therefore, yeah, India trying to build up, to play, to create something. That's the most important thing, I think, so far. Can we um so therefore the question is, can they create something out of those small little chances that India is having? Can we do more than what we have achieved so far? Center forward like position, dropping back, making space for wingers, I guess. Yes. And this is our level, yeah. But we're better. Abhishek, I feel we're better than in the last few matches. And that's the question. Can you get more out of this or not? And I think Brandon being the key player so far, trying to do his best. And so far, yeah, good crowd. Yeah, good crowd. Abhishek is, I think, an underestimation. Supposedly, it's a sellout 50,000 in that Kai Pak Sports Complex or Kai Pak Stadium. Hong Kong resisting the press but passing like a triangle. We're low blocked. Yeah, I think we've learned a little bit from the Thailand game that we are not giving those spaces. Suresh is there to cover for those holes, and yeah, and therefore that's the main thing. Um, Very interesting to see if he can. Yeah, yeah. Um, that's going to be the question. Can we create something out of those small little chances? Um, we've been doing actually quite well, I feel. But can we do more than what we have so far? So that's going to be the question for us. And going to be interesting. And we've not been able, yeah. So therefore, for us, the quick question remains: nearly a chance for Hong Kong there. Yeah, there is that danger. And that's always the question with a game like this. Can we get out of it? That'll be interesting to see how we can sort it out. And so far, so let me go to Pathik again. This team somewhat looks disorganized. It's like players assembled together to play a tournament. Urges is there, but yes, no. Planning and structure as of yet, yeah. Um, it's yeah, looks like it. Yeah, you're very right that there is something sort of missing so far. Um, that you're not able to showcase what is needed, and so therefore that's the difficult to say the least. And that's the question. Can we do something with this game? And that's something, the question remains. First half an hour, India guys, I feel has done okay for themselves. Question is, can we do better than this? And can we do more than this? That's the question. And that's something which I guess we need to answer in this game. Yeah. And therefore, that's something which is there as well, because we haven't been able to get what we need. What's your thoughts so far of the first half an hour? For me, we've done well for our standards. And for me, why do sense it's another 0-0 for us? Really wish we win, but the front three is really just in no mood to get the monetary award from AIFF. Kaushik, they're trying. I wouldn't say they're not trying. It looks better than what I've seen in the recent past. Hong Kong also having their problems. It seems not so organized as one would think they are. And all this monetary reward thing, is it really true, or is it just someone put out something and then someone reported about it and then something and the whole story is taken off? Because so far I cannot confirm, I can't deny it, I can't confirm it, so therefore I don't know if that's in the play in play. I would find it logical for the AF to say, you know what, we would do this, but we could do this if you qualify for the Asian Cup. So that's my thing. So therefore, so far, yeah, okay, could be better. But again, for me, I think I take this so far. As I said yesterday or in the video earlier today, that I think that we are in a situation where we can have to build ourselves. But so far, it's more than okay, I would say. Than what we've been playing. So therefore, for me, wouldn't mind. And yeah, so therefore, um, let's see what we can do. But so far, I'm okay. I don't know what you guys think, but I am so far so okay what we're doing. Um, Good thing is an attack today. India with a chance. What a miss! What a miss for India. Oh, yeah. Best chance for India so far. Even Bengali Cape team owners know that money just doesn't always work. Pratik, yeah. Very, very true. Koshik, Brandon, best player till now for us winning the ball and creating. Brandon has been very, very impressive, to say the least. Best I've seen of Brandon, I think, all season. Didn't even play like this for Mumbai City. So therefore, so far, well done, Brandon. So far, yes, agree. Brandon, best player. I think Liston, Changte, and Ashik need to be a little bit more clinical. And this is the question that India needs to answer itself, finding solutions to this. So far, as I say, it's good. A quick sip of water. So far, we've done well. Just that, can we get something now out of this game? How is it going? I've poor network in my, so how is it looking on up? Well, then, for Indian standards of the last few months, good. Brandon, the difference maker, the player who's making the biggest difference in the Indian team so far. Attacking intent is what something which I'm seeing today. Hong Kong also having their problems. Hong Kong not having the best of games, so that's giving us opportunities. But yeah, best chance a little while ago, uh, you know. So therefore, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So that's um. So therefore, we'll have to see. Um, Article is completely out of clue of what to do. Reminds me of school teams having tallest player played number 9. I wouldn't say it's that bad, but the point is that he's trying. At least he's running into those gaps. But he's not connecting. That's the thing on finishing. But overall, much better performance from India than in the recent past, I have to say. And that's the reality. But yeah, if Ashik continues this, if we've tried one also, we might strike a gong. Maybe, but there's also Koshik, that older gentleman on the bench. You know, it's going to be interesting. Close to 39 minutes on my clock. But question remains, what is the best option? I think India needs to try and keep this, not concede, go into the break 0-0 maybe, and then discuss what can we do better. And that's one thing, and that's finishing. That's been the problem. Forty minutes, still goalless between Hong Kong and India. Yeah, been a good game for us, but can we get something out of this? That's the big question at the end of the day. And question remains so far. And question remains. Kaushik says Hong Kong's too vulnerable on press. Chetri can do something good too, combined with Brandon List and press. And Patik says, I agree with Kaushik, even Sunil for the last 30 minutes with this experience. I think that's something. Huh? Chance for Hong Kong. Changte needs to be more visible. Listen, Ashik more visible than him. Agree. Changte has to be more involved, but sometimes the ball is not coming to the right. It's going. We're playing a little bit left heavy. Kaushik, I would say. Hong Kong asking for a penalty. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty. Hong Kong figured out that the right back is a weakness. Yes, it seems like Ashish Rai is the weaker link and trying to put pressure via that side. Kaushik agrees with you. And if Hong Kong have been better in the last 10 minutes, I would say. India clear a corner. So far, we're surviving. Let's put it this way. At the moment, India are surviving. After a good first half an hour, Hong Kong putting more pressure. Therefore, that's the problem. That is the challenge so far. Ravda, how many subs allowed in these matches? 5, not 3. 5 matches. 5 substitutions. Sorry, not 5 matches. 5 substitutions allowed in these matches, and that's the challenge at this moment in time. I'm going to try and play a short corner. Goal kick for India. Going to be a challenge for the Indian team. Let's see what they can do now. And the whole stadium in red. That Anwar Ali one. Lucky to get away. Hong Kong has improved from last match we played against. Yes, Abhishek, I truly agree. I was in Kolkata in that. But even in that game, that 4-0, I think Renedy said it, was sitting next to me after the game. Chance, India has to be careful. Just about cleared. Sandesh. Chance. Looks better, the gameplay from our side. Swap Changte and Ashik. Let's see what he does, Kaushik. But who do you take on if who bring on if you take Changte off? Manvir not being there. Changte. India trying to combine into the box, cleared by Hong Kong. That should be a foul. It was more a wrestling from Brandon. See how Ashik didn't make the run into the box when the cross came in. Yeah, that's where we're missing. I think, as I said the other day, 1 minute of added time. That to me, I think the challenge is always, um, you know, exactly says Kaushik. Suhail could be better for pace, but for goal scoring, we need Sunil, says Abhishek. Clueless at that position. Yeah, again, I think he's more good for the run-ins, and therefore I think Ashik is a good option if you are playing a two striker combo. Chance for maybe India the last second before the break, but Hong Kong somehow clear now. You got in India, but yeah, Hong Kong clear long. Should be a foul given. Yeah, foul against Hong Kong. Sunil coming in is required for making the run-ins, but I'll take nil and halftime. Just still lucky 1-0 escape for us. Agree, Pratik? I totally agree that, and I think, but I think lucky escape, 1-0 escape. I'm fine with it because so far the game has actually been good from our side overall. Ashik miss was unbelievable, says Real Debut, and but still I'll take it. Halftime. Um, was it a handball by Sandesh? Mm, uh, no, it was Anwar. And from the replay that I saw, it looks. Was it here? It was like this. I don't know if it's. The referee had a clean sight of the situation. Didn't give handball, so I'll go with him. Um, Sorry. No one targeting ball when ball is in the box easily cleared, says Raj. No, Sandesh. Yeah, it was Anwar Devu. No, that was not handball. Angry Birds. No, that's a handball. Then I'm Sidhu Musawala. Well, then you are Sidhu Musawala. Other than that, Miss Ashley has been good today. Different opinions. It's not handball, says Devu. It is upper biceps and chest. So what's his biceps? 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 Is part of the arm or not? Ashik used wrong foot for that chance. Yeah, wrong technique. Who's the coach of Hong Kong Colors? Coach Ashley is the pleasure doing good acting. It's Ashley Westwood. Yeah, Debu. The game was so cagey. Agree, Angry Birds. Where is Changte today not getting ball? Raj, agree with you on that one, but I have a feeling that we are very moving towards the left side of the field. So therefore, that's the side of play for us so far. And therefore, Changte hasn't been that much in the game. Um, has to be more involved, has to create more, uh, you know, uh, and yeah. And now with that, I've been following your review of Steamach's coaching, but that team was much better planned, hands down. Pratik, I, I disagree on that because if you see the original Steamach team in 2019, that was Stephen Constantine's team. And what Manolo is trying to build now is actually Steamach's legacy. So therefore, the team has literally been destroyed over the last 2 years. And Manolo is trying to build something out of it. Um, yeah, that's something that is, I feel. I'm traveling and bus is shaking a lot, not able to understand everything. Look at my mobile phone screen. Okay, Moinok, then listen maybe to us and watch the game there, maybe if that's possible of double screen. But yeah, their left back is good though. Chunk is pocket. Yeah, that's also a fact. He's been doing well. Hong Kong would have low height. We could utilize that, but can we? Low height is always something that we look at, um, but that doesn't mean that's going to work. Pitch looks big. Challenge for us. I don't think so. Why should be the pitch? But and this I mean, there's a view of the whole stadium that I'm seeing. Beautiful, most of it nearly all in red. Um, yeah, brilliant arena, I would say. So far, nil. The wings are not fluttering well in the field. Yeah, Angry Birds, that's a fact. The right wing was weak. Maybe should say the midfielder was solid there. Yes, Mahesh, same thing. The starting was better composed. I would started with Gurpreet and Sunil second striker along Ashik. Yeah, so I mean that would have been my thought. But then the question is, where do I put Brandon? Because I need Brandon. Brandon, as a thing, has been our best player so far. So let's see what happens. Yes, okay, nothing much missed other than goal chance. Yeah, solid pitch might be smaller than that. Oh, is it small? I don't even know. So it looks, yeah, it looks big. Maybe it's the camera angle. I don't know. But the Salt Lake Stadium also is one of the biggest grounds. I think Sunil now is best for the last 30 minutes of power push for goal as he has the runs and finishing to give opponent a tough time. Welsin, it's a very good thought. Just once I have to get up. Very good thought, Welsin, because Sunil has that knack to potentially give us a goal, get us a goal. He has the capabilities. And of course, if he's fresh, you know, the Hong Kong defense worked up a little. Why not? I would say it's a good idea. It's a good approach. Maybe that is what Manolo thought. It might be better to use Sunil as a super sub and bring him on. But I would say, with all the negativity that we've had over the last few days since that Thailand game, overall, a good game by the Indian football team. As I repeat again, I think Brandon has been the key factor. That Brandon has given the team some stability, he's given them some organization, and also an offensive outlet, playing passes. Liston had its moments. Ashik, of course, had its positive, negative moments where you sometimes see, one needs to work on the running sometimes maybe, and his positioning, and the intuition to actually move into a position. Changte needs to be better involved, but the number 17 has been actually at him and not allowed it. Ashish Rai has been a weak link. That seems to be last 10 plus minutes that Hong Kong seems to have realized that, and they've shifted their focus onto that right side. So the left generally better than the right. Suresh giving with Apuya the defensive stability that we needed, that we wanted, and that we needed, and that we're getting today. That's very, very important also. So from those perspectives, I think very good, very well to be seen. And now the question is, goalless at the break. I take this at this moment in time. But the question is when, where will the chances come? There will not be many chances. There'll be maybe one or two more. Who's going to score? Is it going to be us or is it going to be Hong Kong, if at all? And I would rather have us, as always, score. But the question is, can we score? Can we utilize the chances that we're getting? That's going to be the question. And therefore, for me, yeah, we need to utilize those chances that we're getting. Sorry. Oh. What do you think was the most missing factor in the half? Coolness in front of goal. Getting into those positions and creating those coolness in front of goal would be my thing. Sub of Ashik and Ashish says Koshik. Upon doing his work, though, he is so out of form. Why do you say that? I don't think that he is. Ashish delivering good passes. Okay. As soon as you get the ball from middle, why directly cross in box rather than going a little deep then cross? Raj, to me, you've got a very good point. In my opinion, I think we need to be a little bit more organized, structured, thoughtful. How we're going to not only get into those dangerous positions, but utilize those dangerous positions. And therefore, for me, that has to be the smart thing for the Indian national team, to find ways of getting into those positions, and getting into those positions for me means that also that we are cool enough to realize, to recognize, you know what, let me wait a little, let me try and find the right ways and maybe work myself into the box and into a dangerous position. As mentioned, the goalkeeper is not the tallest. um, so the question is, how do we best do that? And so far, yeah, we've done well. But there is more time to be played. And now then for India, it's the question of how can we get, how can we get a result in this game? And um, yeah, for me, that's the question of all questions, so to say, is how can we get this game going and playing, right? So therefore, that's one for me. Hi Kumar, welcome back. But the numbers don't seem to be calm on the ball, and off the ball movements is not good either. Um, yeah, mm, we are not calm on the ball because we don't. I fear, and we've spoken about it. The ball is not our friend very often. And therefore, that's a worrying thing with the Indian football team, but that's a fact, and therefore we'll have to see. In my opinion, Brandon is just giving out silly fouls, losing position. Raj, sometimes, and that's I think the problem with Brandon. If Brandon loses the ball, tracking back is an issue. So therefore, those fouls are happening. A much better performance than against Thailand. A lot more intent and spirit today. Yes, Ishan. I think that's um, clearly visible. Now the question is how can we get it over the line? A good ball by Liston for Ashik, who should have scored that. Yeah, should have. Is always an easy chance, but yeah, at least we got that chance. So I take that for this moment, and and we now have to do. Which subs do you see India making? Let me get back to the lineup and see who's on the bench because there's certain players missing today. Um, mm, 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 mm. Who do we have on the bench? On the bench, we have Gurmeet Amrinder, we have Rahul Beke, Sana, Edmund, Sunil Chetri, Roshan, Ayush Chetri, Udanta, Mahesh, Nikhil Prabhu, and Boris. So there is no Manvir. So one of those players who supposedly is injured is Manvir. So I do see Sunil coming on at some stage. Um, yeah, I do see Sunil coming on. Let's see how long um, Brandon can play. Then Mahesh potentially becomes an option. Maybe even Nikhil Prabhu becomes an option. And maybe Edmund as well. So there are a few things that can be done. Surprised that Roshan again doesn't make the cut. So let's see. We lack technical ability in final third. Raj, not only that, I think we generally lack technical ability, but in the final third, let's see. Kalyan Chobe can be good for that center forward position. I mean, we all can see how good he's working there for finishing it. So definitely a good finisher. That's a hard one. Kaushik. The bonus thing was confirmed by Marcus a few hours ago. Okay, if Marcus has confirmed it, then did he confirm? I didn't. Okay. See, I didn't read that. One second. Let me see if Marcus confirmed the bonus thing. Um, yeah, replaying the chances when they are listed with a long range attempt at this relatively early. It was Hong Kong being denied. One second, once again. They showed the Brandon free kick and Anwar Ali header. No problem for the keeper. And yes, the Ashik chance. And if you see the replay, the way that Ashik is running, yeah, and he's a left-footed player, he's not going to try it with his right. So tried his best. And of course, the Hong Kong chance, which is cleared by Ashish Rai. And then we have the handball situation. Ooh, yeah, that is a handball. Oh, Pala. That is a handball, guys. Oh, no one can. Oh, my God. Oh. Yeah, the replay just shows it very, very clearly. Very, very clearly. Liston has worked on left foot. Nah, it's the same. Pleasant by Abhishek so far. Not much pressure on his side. They seem to be putting pressure on Ashish Rai. Another next with this game, if we get good result, it's okay. Bad result is also okay. I think there is no anger me left out after a decade of info. Conversely, I'm calm. Kumar, um, sorry, for me, doesn't work. Um, Even after 27 years, I'm never calm. Yeah. But to me, yeah, let's see. The only player who can carry a ball properly in our team is Brandon Chetri. Maybe Changte, Mahesh, and Ashik can be too, but they are kind of inconsistent right now. Yeah. Three-man midfield, the difference today. Also, Suresh and his ability to cover spaces. Ishan, we discussed it yesterday. For me, that's a very, very clear thing that we, is visible to me. That we've seen now um, that for me that makes such a massive difference in our game. And therefore for me, I'll say that yeah, it's the way it is, and and it uh, doesn't change. Sunil Edmund will be coming last one. Yeah, Raj, I think might be an option. Yeah, I think Edmund, Sunil, Mahesh are options. I'm sorry, Manolo, for yesterday, but Ashik se tumhari ashiki samjhna hai. Okay, these are not good enough to understand that. Another can be Abhishek Singh ever changed his fullback position in the future. I think he's defending sport muscled and outpaced. Kumar, give him time. Game starts in my case. Ashik pressing well, getting physical. Number 9. Yeah, but that pressing is nice, but also when you get your few chances, you have to score. High Anurag, goal scoring habit, which I don't think Ashik has. He has been working really hard, but again, that goal scoring habit is the difference. I agree. That's the big difference. And that's what differentiates Sunil Chetri from all the other players now. If Ashik used right foot, we would get one goal. I'm not sure if he would get that because again, it's a part of technique. He has to push the ball in this way, and if he puts his foot like this, too far out, right? Um, he tried to poke it in with his left, and he actually pushes it in with right. But if he has a wrong angle and it's an outward angle, then he's not going to hit the goal. So I'm not sure. And again, this you have this thing now with a lot of players who depend on really one foot that they actually try it with that foot rather than using the other foot as well, and that sort of denies you of a potential opportunity of scoring. Yeah, our midfielders are doing bit better. Ogni, I wouldn't say bit better. I say a lot better. I would say because Manolo realized that you need that third midfielder. Referee has made some eviction calls today, though, in our favor, shows the quality of referees. Ishan, I think nobody should be discussing referees anywhere. We saw even at the UEFA Nations League, Germany versus France, ridiculous. So therefore, Liston starting off with a foul yellow card. And that seems to be hurting within a few seconds. Hong Kong has 7 origin players. No, they don't have origin players. Most of them are naturalized. So again, let's have that discussion after the game. They've got 7 players who are not Hong Kong born and bred. Let's put it this way. Second half has started. Manolo and Ashley having a word. Ooh, that's a nasty one from Liston. If he comes from the back, that's a red card. Luckily, from the side. Poor from Liston. Yeah, totally needless. Yes, Kaushik, second half has started. Vishal's looked a little more confident. Yeah, a little more is confident because the defense hasn't cracked so far. I think the big problem is for him when the defense um, is weak. Hasn't been really tested though. Yeah, that's one my point. The strong foot instinctively throws out in these. I totally agree, Pratik. I had this. Yeah, to put an own comparison on Friday, I had a big goal scoring opportunity in a charity tournament, and should have maybe tried to push it with the right, but I'm a left footed, and I did actually exactly what uh, Ashik did, and I poked the ball with the left, and that just went that way rather than going goalwards. So that's gap sometimes. Decision making is also part of it. So again, Ashik making mistakes like me. Yeah, that's a nice comparison. Um, Another foul, this time from Apuya, also getting a told in by the ref. I'm at 47-10. I don't know how far you guys are now. And once those who are watching, reminder to leave a like, do leave a share behind. And yeah, if you're not have, do subscribe also to the channel. Um, Sorry, Uppala Koshik says, I really wish we win, but what I feel the best thing has that happens to the teams playing us is that they're playing against us. Maybe Koshik, but I think if I see the pre-match discussions, yeah, then losing 3-0, 4-0, that's the point. So building up India. Liston with a nice ball forward. Abhishek. Hong Kong clear. Substitute. Come on. They're building up. Something. I'm going to try to clear their lines. Oh, and that's the turn you guys are talking about. Ashik, good chance, missed, good turn, shot, but slashed onto it. Yeah, still. Ashik, good turn. And yeah, number 20, good levels as well. Yeah, for today, Ashik can do better, but on bench, just not his day and definitely not where he plays. Kaushik, again, you have to get in those positions. He has to make those turns. The others are not making it, so therefore, I take it. And but Kaushik also says, please prove me wrong, Ashik. Yeah, we all want the players to prove us wrong and show that we are able to do something in this game. Mm, Meanwhile, Hong Kong at the other end cleared. No backlash on Ashik. This is what happens when a winger plays a strike. It's a coaching mistake. That's trying. I don't think it's a mistake, guys. I think if you look at our strikers that we currently have and the lack of goals, to me, the effort that he's putting in is certainly more than I've seen from most Indian strikers. But tell me a striker who's better than him in that position. That's simply the question. Except if not his position. I think he would be better in a two. two striker attack line, and that's the question. Could we? I think for us the best option would be a 3-5-2, but let's see. India with the ball. Also, it's proving despite all their origin players or naturalized players, Hong Kong is yeah, it's one of those days. When trying with centre forward had to be made, then why not experiment with Edmund or Suya, especially when it's a win or win match? Because Kaushik, I don't know, you and I were not there when the team was training and practicing, and and the coach must have seen something, right? Edmund also is not an out and out striker. Let's not forget that, right? He is also more of someone of a winger or a support striker, and Suhail to me, physically at this level, I don't see him. I might be wrong, but that's to me what I feel, what I think, and therefore that's something that I and you and all of us, if we want or not to accept, that is yeah, not happening. But for me, um, so far I'd say um, what was that neighbor on the left finger for God's sake? Um, that's also reality. So yeah, India now with the ball. And to me, Hong Kong is doing exactly what they needed to do. Let's put it this way. And for India, the question remains: can we turn things around? Can we get something out of this game? Yeah. So yeah, Sunil coming now on for Ashik Kurunian. But that's most probably the plan. 60 minutes. Let Ashik have a go at the opponent, cause some problems. Had two opportunities as well. Now what can Sunil do? Sunil on let's go says Wellsian. So that's the point. So also would like to give the benefit of doubt to our coach and choose of center forward, but enough of free passes and out of the matches from ego to tomorrow. Yeah, that's true. But I go back to Ashik and the way that Ashik used to play um, um, under Steven. So therefore, I think that's something that he's seen something in him. That's why he's playing him in that position. And um, yeah, that's the reality. Now the question is, can Sunil be the problem difference maker? Yes, Mahesh in. Question remains with an hour gone. Yes. What's the difference between naturalized player and OCI types? I have a doubt. So overseas are players of your origin. So players of origin are who have some sort of roots in your respective country, and naturalized players are foreigners with no link to countries. So it's like um, the Hong Kong striker who's what's his name, Bunde or whatever it was, no? Yeah, Manuel Bleda. Sorry, Manuel Bleda Rodriguez, Spanish, has no link to Hong Kong, so he's a naturalized player. Um, so that's the difference. Sorry. Yeah, could be Mahesh as a player behind. Let's hope he does make that difference. Sorry. Even nationalized players, they're finding it difficult to beat us. Only at the moment, yes. At the moment, they're finding it difficult to beat us, but that happens because why? Because it's as simple as that. That having naturalized players, you're not having the best of the best, right? And yeah, so therefore, that's a reality of things, no? So therefore, we're fighting to get a result in this game. No, Hong Kong players play in the Hong Kong League. So Pratik says that Jose Barreto, for example, if he took the Indian passport and played for the Indian national team, that's naturalized, whereas Yan Danda is an overseas citizen of India, proper brown, born outside India. Live stream where um, there's only fan code, Zoravar, if you want to watch it in India, and if you're outside of India, or if you have um, the home channel RTHK in Hong Kong is showing it, but again, only in Hong Kong. Bangladesh is taking some wood today, goalless for first 20 minutes now. Zoravar, I would think that India has played better than in the recent past. Let's put it this way. We can play even more better, that's also clear, but we've played better than in the recent past. And To me, I I I take this and um, we've tried. Brandon brought in a lot of structure into our play, Liston involved, and yeah, Ashik tried his bit. Not that much action on the Changte side, and now of course Sunil coming in for Ashik and Mahesh for Brandon. And Ashik has been poor. I wouldn't agree to that, Zoravar, to be very honest. Um, he tried his bit, but again, precision missing. Clear miss for us, yes, Pratik. And still goalless, more than 65 minutes played. Goalless also in the other game between Bangladesh and Singapore. Yeah, Sunil Chetri clearing a corner. Still saving a near post corner. Yeah, yeah, ahead of Vishal Keth. Why can't we use the astrology of see much times to check and let that player play who's having a good name with all stars aligned at that center forward position? Maybe Koshik, the astrologer is there and the astrologer is not able to help because he's not finding that player. Maybe the astrologer is saying someone has to give birth to that player where the stars align. Maybe that's our problem. Chance made for India, but comes to nothing. Still goalless, more than 67 minutes. Is it true regarding 50,000 prize money after praise? So now supposedly Manolo has confirmed something that there is this money supposedly in the market. If India wins, so we'll have to wait and see if it's true or not. But from what I've been told, I couldn't find out properly. No one is really speaking about it. Manolo says yes, it is true. So therefore, if yeah, we'll have to see if it's true or not. Haha, thanks. More than 68 minutes, still goalless. India with much more of the possession than Hong Kong. Or maybe there was never an astrologer, but it was a good parking for diverting funds on the account books. Koshik, I don't know what is true or not, but I've given up of judging these things, what is true, what is not. How many disqualified players are Hong Kong playing with? Hong Kong have got 7 in total players on the field who are not Hong Kong born. So not they've got naturalized players and origin players. Here we go now. They're starting to lose focus. Yeah, Wells in looks a little dangerous, but at this pace we aim defeating him. Say versus Koshik here. Very true. Koshik. Uh, I hope we can do better. Um, that old saying, right? Um, but again, as the crazy part in this group is if Singapore and Bangladesh also play out a draw, and if this ends in a draw, then there is nothing won, nothing lost after 2 match days, and then the matches against Singapore become in the next round very very important. It's yeah, football is sometimes a crazy game. Period. Nothing more, nothing less. And so far, nothing has happened. Indian football is actually running on our hopes and prayers. Nothing more, nothing less, Koshik. You're very, very right. And yeah, the hope is there, but uh, and we're actually running on our yeah. Sorry, once more. A little bit of an unclear situation. Who's he giving for India? No? He's given a foul for India. Not happening now. Yeah, putting pressure and rest for a card. Maybe, yeah, looks like it. Ashwini in a recent review said that the reason Indian football isn't progressing because of huge agency racket 70-year-olds assigned by agent assigned to clubs not on the basis of whatever happens around the world, this whole agency ka mamla. The player has to be smart enough to know where to sign, how to sign, maybe. Yeah. Closing in slowly on the game time, but on the basis of gets reason why so many youngsters are on benches now as well. More than 75 minutes played. And let's see. Ashish should never be called up for national squad, says CVCV. Yeah, could be an opinion. So it wasn't a red then. Doesn't look like it. In all this OCR debate, I think let them come, just let them. They will make this first at least watchable, if not champions, says Kaushik. And not much happening at this moment. India trying to build up, but it's not getting into dangerous positions for Sunil or generally. Liston's possession and passing has been poor on the left. Yeah, that's very true. You don't win, no issues. You draw, no issues. You don't win, no issues. You draw, no issues, but at least show that you were playing with an idea and certain skills required for international football. It was not anguishing anymore. Yeah, Kaushik. The less we say, the better, right? The ref is gonna crack now under pressure anytime now. Well, it seems so far not. So far it's TK, I would say. I mean, we're fine, right, at the moment. Liston playing cricket, yeah. Could be a 6. He also said in Europe, players below 18 don't have agents, whereas in India, 16 are getting signed by agencies, which is also factually not true. No? You can get agents from the age of 15, right? And you don't disclose it publicly until the age of 18. So that's also factually not true. Says the distance sometimes may be good and sometimes may be. See, that's the problem, right? The sometimes good is very rare. That's the problem. Who's going to turn when more reinforcements needed in attack, which not much time left, subbing a fullback when it's a win or win game? Yeah, Boris for Ashish. Still no Roshan in the game. Very weird to me, but hey, interesting to see. Sorry, yeah. Rest, you have the OG jersey. How do you get it? How do you get it? This is a personal match worn gift from Mr. Renedy Singh. So yeah, that's how I got it. Today's Manolo's last match as manager, anyway, says Rawar. Yeah. Kaushik better not to. Another sixer from Ristan Kulasu. I think he's preparing for IPL, huh? Huh? He's preparing for the IPL. Liston Singh Dhoni. Yeah, I think if the IPL teams are looking for someone to hit the ball with your foot, Liston, because it was the left even, makes it even worse. But we're already 80 plus minutes. Meanwhile, Bangladesh, Singapore still goalless. After today's performance, Mr. Goenka is taking from Mohun Bagan Super Giant to Lucknow Super Giants. No questions. Wants to become Thala. How come our team don't even master basic passing and ball controlling in football? Because they've never thought the same thing now. That's the problem. Drawing against Hong Kong is utter shameful. Yeah, on one side it is, on the other side, that's where we are at this moment. This is number 7, so definitely Thala. What a counter. A chance missed. Yes. Great defending, or good defending, as coach. Great defending from Hong Kong. Don't understand how many chances will this miss before at least one shot on goal. That's the problem. Perhaps for Indian football matches, we can request FIFA to color the goalpost brighter so that players can see where they have to target the ball towards. Yeah, or maybe put LED lights or something on it, Akshata. Maybe that might be something which could help. You know, when you see it's flashing, flashing, and then you target the flash. Our, our players are good at playing balls, just not in front of the goal. I don't think Kaushik they're good at playing the ball. Again today Hong Kong is allowing them. I mean, I'm a little surprised the way that Hong Kong has actually put itself onto this pitch. Just looking at the match stats. One second, let me see. What are the match stats at this moment? Yeah, much more than 70% of the ball with India. Is that gonna be given? Try LED light and color with likes of Listener Ashik, they will still miss by miles, says Kaushik. With that many corners, Beke would have Meckenbauer that corner. Yeah, maybe. Moving towards the 85th minute mark. Actually, a point, the Indian players are just not used to shooting at the goal in matches. Yeah, maybe. Some of them do, but don't. Liston does in the ISL as well, and once in a while hits. Guess Hong Kong isn't pressing much today, otherwise, it's pretty easy to expose Indian football team. Yeah, looks like it. Zoravar. These players cannot even score on a football table, only football table, even not even FIFA PlayStation. Oh, Kaushik, hard one. Jingen tries to be consistent, which is good. Yeah. Corner for Hong Kong. Oof. Manx's match will end in a draw. Looks like it, in my opinion. What will favorite outcome in Indian Pacific from the Singapore Bangladesh match? So, how about a draw? Goalless draw. Or a Singapore win, I would say. Because the next two matches are against Singapore. But this is a crazy group. Another two goalless matches today, and then suddenly we have all four teams on 2 points from two matches with no goals. That would be ideal, I would say. Let's see. Told you in 35 minutes, it looks like that 0-0. Kaushik, I said yesterday, and I said in my previous video, I feel the most likely outcome from what I've seen in the recent past, at least from highlights from the both two teams, the goalless draw. Miss the OG Indian Navy blue jersey. Yeah, those were the days. If Bangladesh scores against Singapore, then it's over. I'm not sure if it's over or not. Again, Bangladesh are going to get more origin players in the second half of the year. But let's wait and see again. At this moment, if we don't score ourselves, you can hope that the others also don't care. Then this group will be at the ultimate derby group, says Pratik. Yeah, looks like it. So far, it looks like if anyone scores a goal, it's a big development in this group. So I thought of having coffee after this game. Now it will be a migraine pill. And Singapore score. Singapore score. Singapore score and go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Singapore go ahead against Bangladesh. Oops. So all of us, what we were saying. And we're waiting. Meanwhile, what happens? We're moving towards the 90th minute mark. Only positive thing today would be last game for Manolo Saab. Looks like it. Pratik wants a paracetamol. Indian team really need to learn or master the art of dribbling, especially the attacking midfield and attackers really changes the course of game. Could be. Can't watch from the some other being streamed live on Paramount to FIFA Plus. Anyway, it's the same old story. Frustrated, drab play and no goals. It was better. It was better in the first half, I would say. It's become very drab in the second half, and 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 as things are, yeah, the match is heading for a goalless draw, I would think. More than 90 minutes now played. And this is where we are. We need attackers, and we're subbing on attacker for defender Manolo, my man. Penalty. Penalty. Penalty finished. Penalty. Penalty. Hamza just put the ball into their own back of the net. Deflection. India's loss is scripted, I guess. CVCV. Foul from Vishal Keth. Westwood is our kryptonite, says Walezian. And as they show the replay, yep, that's a clear-cut foul. Yeah, it's a penalty. And Pratik says, lol, I'm feeling sorry for Bangladesh friends here, by the way. Yeah. Now I can see our India, says Abhishek. Vishal Keth with the foul. Not India. Mike, I've been saying this. Nobody wants to listen. Most probably, Liston is horrible with finishing. And now a pen. Yeah, PC Gamer. We're never Superman in the first place, is Pratik. Let's see about the penalty. One nil Hong Kong. If you're to give me a stand that kid is nationally counted, why is he just getting chances? Achut, that's the question. That's the question that I ask on anyone who's called for this goalkeeper to play for India. That doesn't understand football, I'll say the least. Fumble player, Vishal Keth. Update from migraine to poison pill. Yep, it is. Not much to add, my friends. Like 175 loading. So we're out of the race. No, we're not, Hannibal. Good play, says my India, says Stefan Figueiredo Pereira with the goal. If you say anything, is Vishak and one will abuse me. Yeah, yeah. Is there any chance? Well, it's still there, but hey. Nope, no. गुस्सा आ रहा है क्या करें यार? And then the current drop for is correct. I said that 120s to 150s, 140s, 150s is where we are. Very disappointing. I know that Vishal Keth is worse from starting first minute. He was just pumping the wall, so called number one goalkeeper. We do not want to come to punch the ball. How he became number one goal. Kumar, I've said this. He's not capable of being in the national team. He should not be even in the starting lineup. Both soon are out tonight. Nakshata, they're practically out of AFC Asian Cup, says Angry Birds. Jai Hind says Koshik. Eyes got infection time to rest it, says Koshik. Not even under 25, I would say, it's below 170. He got came back COVID for Indian team. What time we lost? Yep. It's over. Not much to say. Bye, Mike. This always happens to us when the rest play good. The goalkeeper F it up, says Welsian. That's not much to say, right? It is very disappointing. You've seen the win is new. India, I think Liston is dead in left hand side. Yeah, guys, what I don't know what to say. A game like this is ball soap was loading. Um, I don't know what to add. Sorry, just quickly get up. I just have to just move it a little bit. It just and it was clear that even Hong Kong didn't have big chances or that many chances in this game. We had a few here and there, especially in the first half. But if you don't score, how are you going to win matches? I think that's the end point of this whole discussion in regard to the Indian football team who lose 1-0 away at Hong Kong through a late goal. Disappointing is just doesn't say it was better. Overall, it was better. But what is it if you can't score goals? You if you can't score goals, you're not going to win matches. And if you see that towards the end, Rahul Baker is bottom for Chante, which means that you're trying to shore up your defense even more. Um, why not continue in the way you are? And also the subs didn't work today. I think that's also a thing that I felt. No Sunil, no Mahesh, no Boris worked, and therefore we in the end have to we have to eat this, and this is where we stand at this moment in time with Indian football. That the AFC Asian Cup 2027 looks a far, far away dream. India on 1 point, Hong Kong on 4, Singapore winning against Bangladesh at the moment. They would also move to 4. So therefore, for us, it looks very, very difficult, very, very tough at this moment in time to make it. And it's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing what is now called the Indian national football team. Let's call it out what it is. It is an embarrassment. And I've said this in the last few days. I felt Manolo Marquez decision making, who comes in, who plays, on a decision, trying to defend it, yeah. But I've said it from the start. Vishal Keth is not a number one goalkeeper. Gurpreet has been put out. Um, Roshan has not been used as a right or as a left back. Ashish Rai also not Indian material. Sorry to say that. Ashish Kururin as a number 9. I don't think he's a pure number 9. You can use him if you have another player next to him, maybe. And that is the question that we need to ask ourselves: is what is the right decision of the coach, right? Yeah. So that's the that's the thing. What's the chance now for qualifying? I wish, like, theoretically it's there, but a theoretical chance, in my opinion, yeah, what kind of a theoretical chance remains is I think that's the discussion point now. Um, I don't know. I honestly don't know today that after such a performance, such a disappointment. Same thing as if I was watching Afghanistan match. It was same goalkeeper, same Ashley Westwood. Yeah, now demand for OCI will increase even more. We want OCIs as well. But yeah, OCI demand will explode now. No? That's also very very clear in my opinion that that was um and uh, sorry, just let me just put out my tweet, and then I'll be back with you guys. 1 second, just uh even my typing has gone bad. Sorry, just needed to send out that tweet. Yeah, that's gone. Sorry. Um, it's better that we not qualify. We can't even win against Hong Kong. Can't even score a goal, says Navneet. What a shame, says Mayank. Oh no, that gives 3 points on golden platter Hong Kong. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Indian coach, old timer, Bablu Da maybe. Oh God, Potik. Don't let's not even get started on who might become the national coach, because I'm fearing that those so-called great coaches that we have will make matters only worse. So AFF might be happy they save money, says Raj. Listen till last. No way, says Raj. Also, India lost and my prediction came true, says Zidane. Gurpreet is out in crucial times. I know India will lose because India cannot score. Uh, yeah, if India to qualify, India needs to score so much. Were you crying, sir? No, I wasn't. Which will not happen from what team? Okay. Same drama. Chetri couldn't convert the. Okay, I think this group will go down to the wire. Well, then I think so as well. It's if Singapore win away against Bangladesh, and I thought it's quite funny, no, that everyone thought that Bangladesh is now the big favorite. That suddenly things can change, right? So therefore, for me, yeah. So that's the thing. I don't know if we're talking 3 touches inside the box. Listening unto Nafat at least. Okay, I don't want to see these spreads wearing the New Jersey again. Never again, says Simon. Um, Ashley West will not leave us anytime soon. Sarkasli is talking. Says Kumar. Singapore will score 3-0 against this team, says Zulava. Fantastic reception by the Hong Kong fans. No one in never can support like this, says Simon. Sharma, why is he so nervous? They will, because he's not that good. So therefore, yeah, people rely so much as if high quarters are desperate. Even if India implements the policy, we will watch for who comes to join. Sumit, they're quality OCIs who are willing to join us. Roshan says still 4 matches to go. If a new coach comes, it could give a new refreshment. Yeah, Roshan, maybe that is needed. As I've said multiple times now, I think that we need someone who's an outsider who has nothing much to do with the system to come in. I think that would be the best thing to happen to us. That someone who has nothing to do with Indian football to come in, and try and build something. Yeah. Remove Chetri, says Zidane. Congratulations for his second consecutive cup. Sorry. I don't know, Sam. It's too early to say. Why am I giving a chance to Edmund? Yes, Raj, I don't know. Do you think that Edmund was the player to change? And again, you have expectation of players who shouldn't be even in the squad. That's your problem, no? Sorry. Weren't a lot of people crying for Vishal Kate needs to be the number one goalkeeper? I want to see those people explaining that to me now, please, today. Vishal Kate should have never ever, sorry, with all respect to Vishal, never ever should have been given an India shirt. He's not of India quality. And he just proved it today in that last second. So, yeah, Ashley had a top job to save. Giving it up, top to bottom, all messed up. Yeah, Kaushik. Very, very true. And this shows you he's under pressure. He wants to do, you know, we need to score. Roshan, okay. He goes too much recommended. Manolo says Dark Knight. I've lost all hope. We can't even secure Asia. Shame, says Devu. Only Sri Lanka trash. Jansim also lost today. Bangladesh trailing 0-1, says Banjab. Yeah, that's the reality. Silkam puts says we used our subs for defenders when we needed ballers, finishers, and attackers, says Kaushik. Yeah. You mean a coach like Hansi Flick at Barca? Roshan, yeah. Um, you're right on that one. I think we need someone who has nothing to do with this whole system, right? Um, and that's why I think that's the best thing that could happen to us. Otherwise, we're stuck in our own little world, and it's not taking us, you know, anywhere. Visual Kate is not national level. Yeah, yeah. Where are they who said replace Gopit Singh Sandhu with Visual Kate? Yeah, I want to. He can never be Gopit Zidane. India performance so chances created, but who will convert players don't use their basic football IQ. Decision making too poor. What can you expect by the existing bunch of players we have? SB Sports Extremes, yes, you sum it up, but my question is who taught this basic football IQ? Now people will abuse Manolo and all that stuff. But my question is who worked with these players at a younger age? I think we need to have a go at all the coaches, at all these owners of academies, of people working in those systems. What are you producing? That is the question that needs to be asked. That is what needs to be looked at, right? But we don't. Here now, as I've said earlier, practically end of the road for Indian football. It never ends. We did okay, but this drop in concentration in the last 30 minutes is harrowing and big mess by this goalkeeper showing he's not ready. Yeah, well then, yeah. Sri Lanka win 3-1, says Rushwa. Yes. Good for AFF. At least they say $50,000, says Zoravar in German. Can you share the Bangladesh link? Another. T Sports. Mank. Check under T Sports. You can watch the Bangladesh game there. There's a Bangladeshi sports channel. They've got their own YouTube channel. They're showing it live. AF will never allow this type of coach that doesn't fit in system. Raj, that's the problem. When we need Chetri does this thing. That's why I don't like him. Says Dylan. Yeah, what is he gonna do? Consider Japanese African coach who can bring less resources. I've given this where the coach comes with the nationality of a coach doesn't decide of if he can work with little or much resources. As per your logic, then Stephen Constantine and Bob Houghton wouldn't have worked in India, right? Because they're from England. This is rubbish, these logics. And that the coach who needs to come here needs to understand the difficulties of the system. The players are one thing, but the system is the problem, in my opinion. And how do we tackle and work within and outside of the system? That is the big question. I'm so done. Let's see what the next coach do, says Blue. Can we win 4 in a row? Ayush, in theory, yes. Practically, no. Sandesh Jingan said after the match, if God willing, we will win in 4 games. This is it. Nothing more to say. We're saying the same thing and again, like we're in a loop. Fed up, says Mahesh. The match was like watching Afghanistan match replay, says Raj. Defense, midfield, forward, wings, go who's most responsible for the loss. There is no most responsible. You win and you lose as a team, Abhijit. Right? There's one player in the end that people will say that's Vishal Keth. But overall, the whole team failed. First, India need to learn to play with first touch. Yeah. Also, Anwar lose the pace and last moment Vishal then punched and took the pen. Why both of them were playing? Bro, good question. No hope, forget Indian football, says Morali. I think that can solve all the problems. I mean, good one was one players. With due respect, it's high time Sunjay should retire, says Raj. That's why Constantine kept focus on his set of players, whether they had good performance in league or not. Now we select players based on league performance, and league is not competitive enough. Yeah, no, very true. Bob Houghton used to do the same thing. I think ban football in India because no one can save the Indian football and no one change in football. AFF not work on grassroots. Our systems could have been never change, says Raj Raj. Reflection of ecosystem, lack of grassroots development. Yeah. So Monaro leaving, supposedly either he'll announce it at the press conference today or maybe tomorrow. I think there will be, or day after, once he's back in India, the announcement that he's staying in FC Goa. That's what I've heard, but I don't know. Could be wrong. That's what I've heard. Yeah, guys, very disappointing. I'm thinking of ending this live now. Um, Sorry. PC Gamer Text. I just wanted to watch the team score. Did not hope for a win, but boy, what a disappointment. Let's accept to think that the pair that happened after he got that ISL coach should coach us, hurt us back in a big way. Yeah, no, it's true. Why people are surprised that is that penalty considered. There was tremendous pressure on defense. It's just Sandesh and over blocking them at first, says Debu. I've been supporting National ever since my football days at Side and I'm playing at Cooperage and more. It's been just full of us, but honestly, I think I'm done now. And the Indian coaches will not do it. Yeah, it says Blue. One thing we're not talking about is, sir, that our national team played, but with fancy emotions, says Kaushik. Um, okay. Indian coaches will not do it either, says Blue. Even if it then we can't score, I will be taking my leave, Mr. Arun. Why let down? Bye. Yeah, with that, with those words from Welsian, I'm coming to end of this live. India lose very, very late to Hong Kong. As I said before the game, I would have taken that 1 point. And yeah, maybe if I'm in the mood, I'll do another live a little later on, and then we can talk about everything. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the coming days. Zidane says, I say again, India will go even lower. Hope not. Ritik says, new coach will come, but we will have same players, same AF matches, so no changes. And then says, India's better team. Let's see what our ranking is. Once again, despite all this lows in the end, if you like this discussion, um, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thanks as always for your support. And despite it's tough, it's hard, but uh, keep supporting Indian football. It's tough, but we all do that. I'll come back later for another live. Give me a little while to recap and then we'll talk later. Thanks, guys.